Dude yourself.
All right.
Whoa.
Are you loud enough? Are you?
No idea.
You don't know? I turned you
if
up.
You people think I sounded bad last week.
It's so sexy.
This is my first time speaking out loud in exactly 1 week.
I like it.
I have had the craziest laryngitis. I've never lost my voice before. And immediately after last week's show, that evening, it spiraled into complete silence.
So, what'd you do? How'd you communicate with the world?
I could whisper. Mm-hmm. Like, I could still whisper.
Yeah, what is it about whispering that's so effective?
I don't know. But when I looked up, like, laryngitis cures and stuff, it recommended you don't whisper because it's worse for it. Whispering somehow forces.
Huh.
It continues to keep your vocal cords really swollen.
But it's so fun to whisper.
Yeah, it wasn't fun all week because it was like nobody could hear anything I said. I couldn't teach dance. I couldn't do any of the things that I do. And I'm skipping ski runners again this week because I'm pretty sure my voice will be gone after this show again. And yelling loudly down a hill at a dozen little kids is not going to be happening.
I think it's good that most of the people at your house are sheep.
Yes.
So they don't care if you talk to them or not, right?
They don't.
They like
being
anyway.
talked to, though.
Yeah, but quiet is okay for them.
They're loud
cool.
enough for all of us.
Well, how did that make you feel this week? How did you feel about being mute?
I felt really trapped. I had no idea how inconvenient it would be. At first, I thought, hey, that's cool. I just won't talk for a week. Or, I mean, I didn't know it was going to happen for a week. I just thought, cool. It's an excuse to just not have to deal with things, sort of. But then as the week went on, it became increasingly inconvenient. I did attempt to answer the phone one time because my dad really needed to talk to me, and I couldn't not answer the phone, and so I picked it up, but then it was ridiculous because he couldn't hear me. I don't know. It was just a bad thing to have your voice go away.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
You always had a voice.
Not always, no. I don't always have a voice, but I'm working on it. And it's good to have to come to a radio show and have a voice because that keeps me on my game. Even if, my voice sort of disappears during the show, I have to get it to come back or, we'd be off the air.
Yeah.
So you just have to set
we can have
set
two
your
of
goals.
us be mute.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, I thought, fine, if I'm going to be sick and lose my voice, then you just rest or whatever. But, I'm not sick. There's nothing wrong feeling. I mean, I was so sick last week, and then it went away. And just as I was feeling better, my voice went. And so I need to be like doing things. I feel like doing things.
Yeah, guess what?
But I have no voice.
I'm not sick either.
I know.
Well, I think it's all an experiment. Like life has these aspects that one can only conclude that it's all an experiment. And in that spirit, we must go forth.
Oh, you should introduce the show, maybe.
All right. I definitely will, since you seem not to want to.
I got to cop out on all the talk and stuff.
Great. That's fantastic. So I'll have to take a deep breath and say, this is 11th hour radio that you are listening to right now on Royalton Community Radio 96.5, streaming live and going out on the airwaves in the South Royalton Valley, wherever that is.
Is that a thing?
I just made it up.
What'd they just change the school name to?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that, Emily.
Well, it's because you're on the other side.
I'm in Chelsea. We don't know about these. South Royalton.
I think it's like White River Valley School or something.
You know, I hate it when they change names of things to just non-poetic, really bureaucratic names that you can't remember. It's like when all the co-ops had names that were similar, like Upper Valley Food Co-op and White River Food you can't remember it.
Well, maybe things should stop naming things after places.
Well, Hunger Mountain is easy to remember because it's a thing. You can get a visual on it.
Hunger.
But Upper Valley...
Hunger and food makes sense.
Upper Valley is not really a thing like a mountain.
Who says which end of the valley is up and which is down? Is that like a north-south thing, I guess?
I don't know. What does that mean, Upper Valley?
I never really wrapped my head around that. I mean,
maybe it's going up from like White River Junction in Lebanon, goes up from there. Because it goes...
Yeah, we're north, right? Are we north? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
See, I don't have any concept of compass sort of points. I'm always saying, oh, let's go up to someplace that's not up.
Yeah.
That's actually south.
Yeah.
Or, hey, let's go down to Brattleboro. No, is Brattleboro up?
Down.
Okay, so I said that right.
Burlington is up and to the side.
Right. Yeah, but who decides that?
The map.
I mean, other than
the map makers.
Other than the compass and the magnetic force fields of the world. Jeez,
Well, also the rivers kind of flow in a certain direction. I'd say that the rivers flow down. So that's an actual thing.
But all the oceans aren't down.
Yeah, they are. Because if
there's an ocean up on top of us. I mean, in between sort of parts of Canada and us.
It's downstream from us.
No.
Yes,
That's north, so it's up. So some streams must be flowing up north.
No, gosh. Now I'm really, really confused.
Yeah, too, Kristina.
Let's get back to introducing the show.
The Great Lakes all go up to the ocean.
I think this has something to do with your laryngitis.
I don't understand geography.
Well, the absolute coolest thing is watersheds, so that you get to a point like...
Well, that makes sense when they just actually physically go down.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And
good for them for behaving appropriately.
Right. And I'll never forget driving through the Canadian wilderness and just... driving and driving for hours and then suddenly reaching a sign that says, I'm at some great divide. I forget which divide it was, but that's the place where over there, all the rivers go that way. Over there, they all go the opposite way. So it's very, very, it's a beautiful, beautiful concept.
Huh.
I try to apply in my life because, if we see these things in nature, some things are just meant to flow down to the right, and some flow down to the left. And it's okay. That's just the way it works.
What's that there newspaper clipping you have there?
Oh, this is
Oh, it's not a newspaper clipping?
No, it's a label that I got from a bag of organic sweet potatoes, and I wanted to share it with you because, no, it says, we hope you enjoy these organic sweet potatoes from Brooke and Timothy Hughes Muse and their 4 giggling girls at Laughing Child Farm, LLC, in Paulette, I think. Let's see. I had never heard of this farm. Yeah, Paulette, laughingchildfarm.com. So check it out, people. They have great sweet potatoes. And look at this beautiful graphic
That's really nice.
It's like a top hat that says Beauregard sweet potatoes, 2 pounds.
I like it.
Yeah, so this is the kind of thing I like to make bookmarks out of. I find these pieces
Oh my God. You're like John with his telephone log.
Yeah.
See, if John had that, he would glue it into his telephone log.
And whereas I would laminate it.
Right.
But it's a very similar kind of mindset. Like, you can't throw it away, even though it's meant to be thrown away or burned. But
it is really
I'm going to
pretty.
save it and make a bookmark out of it.
Okay.
And when I die, my kids are going to have all these weird bookmarks. And I figured that's if I can pass that on to them, I will feel like I
legacy.
have that is my legacy, is my bookmark collection. So,
awesome. Kids,
if you didn't know that, now you know. All right. So I felt super eclipsey this
I
week.
didn't even pay attention to it other than to whine that it was really bright in my bedroom last night and the night before I couldn't sleep.
You kidding? So you didn't have like a big eclipse day like I did. I had a huge eclipse day.
These eclipses are just happening like every 5 minutes lately. So
this was different. This was different because this was
a blue moon. What is it?
And
we were in the absolute worst place in the entire country to view the eclipse, though, because from what I read, it only like went over like a little tiny bump of the.
But did you see
moon.
the pictures?
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I was like, oh, that looks like every time anyone takes a picture of the moon.
No. Paul Hewitt's picture was phenomenal.
Oh, I didn't see Paul Hewitt's
picture.
You'll
have to check it out. Somehow he got just the best view of it, and he must have been up at 5 o'clock, whereas I woke up at 5 o'clock, but, I went back to sleep.
John saw it, but I was not getting out of bed yet.
But you know what happened to me on the eclipse day?
What?
This proves that eclipses do something vibrationally.
Okay, what?
To all of our systems. Okay, so first of all, my computer crashed. My computer, my laptop, you see it's not here today.
Oh my God.
And that is my brain.
Oh no.
So working its way up to the eclipse, it was getting wonky. And then the day of the eclipse came and it absolutely could not be, I couldn't cajole it out of its craziness. I would open it up and the mouse would start having a mind of its own and like jumping all around.
Mine did that too before it crashed.
Yeah, would open things and shut things like there was a ghost inside of it. So I would just kept slamming it shut. So that happened. And then I was writing a song. I'm sitting upstairs in the studio and I'm working. Well, I was kind of irritated at some things. I suppose I was in a funny mood. But all of a sudden, my tooth broke.
I had a tooth issued.
Did you?
Too.
Sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where?
You can't see it. Well, what it is I've never had a cavity in my entire life in 40 years. And this whole winter, this is why I suspect, I've been drinking a lot of lemon water and apparently a lot of citrus fruit and citric acid softens the enamel on your teeth. And I've got down low on one of my back teeth here, right at the gum line, I saw a little black sort of smudge and I couldn't get it off.
You must have just been panic stricken.
And I freaked out and I realized that there's like a cavity happening on the side of my tooth.
Wow.
It's not even like on the top of my tooth. And I've never had a cavity and this is not fair. I was trying to do things to be healthy.
You're so sheltered. My mouth is filled with all kinds of exciting substances.
I've never had a single thing in my mouth. I don't have any caps or crowns or anything, and now I'm going to have to go to the dentist.
My house is...
be like, I have a cavity in the grossest place ever.
No, it's just like your mouth becomes like a museum at a certain age. It's fascinating. And so now I have a missing tooth, and now I have a broken tooth in the back. I was eating nuts, but
See, this is why I don't eat nuts.
No, listen to me. I got this emergency appointment, and this is, of course, the day of the eclipse. I get the emergency appointment, and I walk in, and I just look at my dentist, and I said, I know you told me not to eat rocks. Because that's what actually happened.
You're resorting to really bad jokes. I don't know about that joke.
The dentist liked it fine.
Dentists pretend to like
I mean, it doesn't have to be a good joke for a dentist.
They
right?
know that everyone hates them, so they have to put on a really good front.
No, but I just feel that somebody trying to make his day just a little bit brighter is worth it. He doesn't care how good the joke is.
All right.
So, but it was a rock that had hidden itself in with the almonds.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
That is bull.
I found
horrible.
the rock that broke the tooth, but I did not find the rest of the tooth. I must have swallowed it. It's like a third of the tooth just disappeared. So that happened on the eclipse. And okay, one more thing happened.
Yeah, has to come in threes.
Yep. I was in Barrie and I was walking out to my car, which was parked at a meter. And this woman pulls, I don't know where she was coming from. She kind of came out of nowhere. She crashed into my car.
What? I almost just crashed in your car right now.
Really?
Well,
that's the thing. And
I
then
didn't
she drove.
really, but...
She drove away. She just she didn't look up. We were 3 feet away from each other, and she didn't look up at me. She just looked very furtively at her steering wheel and continued to drive.
Maybe she thought you wouldn't notice. No, I was backing up. I was backing my butt of my car toward your car, and I don't really have any good depth perception when I'm backing up. So I said, "Oh, when I bump Kristina's car, I'll know that I'm close enough." But I didn't. I didn't bump your car.
Oh, I wouldn't have cared.
And when I got out, there was tons of room. I thought I was about to bump your car.
Yeah.
That's always the thing, though. I always think I'm right on top of something, and I've got 4 feet left. It's very weird.
Depth perception issues.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
Along with my geographically challenged mind.
Right.
They sort of coincide, I think.
And the eclipse was in Aquarius, so...
Oh, it's all over you then.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because Aquarius rules technology and social media and things like that.
Wait, you're not Aquarius.
No.
Never mind.
John
is an Aquarius.
I have
you up.
I have Venus in Aquarius.
You're the one before that. What are you? I forgot already.
No, I'm 2 before that. I'm Sagittarius.
No, I thought you were the one in between.
Capricorn? No.
Yeah, you're always reading your horoscope, and I don't think you say Sagittarius first.
Okay, you just haven't been
all
listening.
Right.
It's all right.
No, I have.
Fine.
I'm just cotton in my brain.
Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, the Ground Hog.
Thank you.
I feel really bad for him.
Why? What happened?
It's so sad to pull a little groundhog out of his warm, cozy sleeping spot and then hold him up in the cold air and everyone's staring at him all naked and taking his picture, and he just looks so confused and upset every time.
Yeah, it's a pretty stupid thing to do.
I just feel wicked bad for him. He looks so pathetic.
Right.
When they hold him up and so exposed. And the guys that are doing it look really stupid in their little top hats. Like, why are they doing that? This is a weird country we live in. That we're like, pull a little groundhog out of its little sleeping hole and hold it up.
Yeah.
And then it makes national news. I mean, it's very strange.
Yeah, and if groundhogs had a vote, we probably wouldn't have the president that we have.
No. Did you know another name for groundhog is whistle pig? That's so cute, isn't it?
We've talked about that a few weeks ago.
You're right, we did. Sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's worth mentioning again. Groundhog.
I think they're cute. They're not really cute when they eat all my garden, but they're still cute. They're just adds an annoying little faucet to their personality. Whatever. We all have annoying faucets to our personalities.
Faucets or facets?
Yeah, facet.
Facets.
I'm sick. Give me a break here.
Yeah, no, I like the image of our having faucets to our personality that we turn on and off. That's neat.
Unscrew the emotional one and it just could pour out of the ground and then shut that off.
Well, it kind of is that way with different people. You know, you turn different faucets on and off for different people. Some people, it's very easy to just turn all the faucets on.
When it's a gemstone, is it a facet or a faucet?
A facet.
Are you sure?
Multifaceted. Yes, F-A-C-E-T. Okay, all spelling right. Quiz.
What?
Facet.
F-A-U-C-T.
It's trying to trick you. No, I was trying to make it easy for you since
I
you're
know.
sick. I would
Thanks
spell
for
it and then quiz
spelling
you
for
on
me.
it.
I would have gotten that one right though. Oh man, how does it happen when you wash your face and then you get the little sandmans?
Oh, you want to hear a story about sand? Just quickly.
Sure.
It's a really boring story,
Oh,
but it has to do with going out to lunch
Bring
in
it on.
Montpelier. Okay, so I went out to lunch, and I went into the place, and I ordered this big bowl of rice and beans, which is my favorite. And so then she says to me, "Would you like some kale?" Now, what would you say, right? What would you say, honestly?
What was she gonna do with the kale?
Put it in the bowl.
Like cooked kale, raw kale,
Cooked. Would you have said yes?
crispy like crispy kale?
No. Limp. Cooked kale.
No, because my rice and beans, I like to like flap on some salsa and some sour cream and some cilantro. It doesn't really go with kale, but
Okay.
if she was looking really judgmental, I would probably have caved and said, yes, please give me the kale.
Well, that's what I did. Because I just feel like it's wrong to say no to kale because it's so good for you. But it was a mistake because the kale had sand in it.
Oh, that's the worst.
What are you supposed
Oh
to
my
do then?
God, it ruins a whole meal. Every
Yeah.
time we get like basil or cilantro or any of our lovely herbs, I put them in the salad spinner. I put all kinds of water. I swish and swish and swish, and still some. Now that maybe is what broke your tooth.
No.
I bet you weakened it. I bet you pre-weakened it on the kale sand.
No, like I told you, like I told the dentist, it was a rock.
Sand is rocks, just very small ones.
Yeah, this is a big rock about the size of a lentil that cracked
What was
my
that
tooth.
doing in an almond?
I don't know. But
Almond farming has really gone downhill.
well, dirt's good for you.
Where do almonds grow? Do they come from South
California.
America?
Everything comes from California that doesn't come from here.
No, I don't think so. I think almonds come from someplace else. Like Tahiti. No.
Tahiti.
What? I'm just thinking of... No,
Okay,
I'm thinking of sugar cane.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to play a song,
And I will
and
Google.
you can do some
I will
research,
Google where almonds come from.
and we'll find that out. Okay, I'm going to play a song here called Deal With It, which is my advice for this week. And I believe this is Val McCallum.
Where
Here we go.
do-
Hold off. Hold off on the almonds.
I'm just going
All
to
right.
Google it. It'll take a while.
Okay,
go.
let's deal with it.
I held the cold, cold rail. We carried you away, step by step. I cried with a mama by my side, crying. Deal with it. I turned my head aside as our father watched and cried. Such a strong man down on his knees, helpless to help you to deal with it. You gotta be made of steel to deal with it. You can't rush the time it takes to heal. You gotta just deal Did you listen to the hype? It only led you to high. Your degeneration went so fast. Tell me, have you found peace at last? To deal with that, you gotta be made of steel. To deal with that, you can't rush the time it takes to heal.
Gotta just deal.
You gotta just deal. Your life went by so fast it flew. I always thought it'd be me and you together. It may take a while, but in time, my friend, you're gonna start to feel again. It may take a while, but in time you'll see it. Something that was meant to be. Deal with that.
Oh, that's a cool ending.
Yeah.
The magical guitars of Val McCallum.
I saw that you're selling a guitar.
Yeah, I put my guitar up for sale, and I got 29 comments on Facebook for that.
And not any single one of them wanting to buy your guitar, right?
Well, a lot of people want to. It's kind of expensive, so that's part of it. But I think people pick up on my energy around it, which is that I don't really want to sell it, and
Yeah.
I shouldn't do that. If I started out with so much conviction. I had 100. I thought I had 100% conviction when I put it online. I put it on Mandolin Cafe, and I put it on Facebook. But I'll tell you, I got the 29 comments, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, don't sell it," blah blah blah. But this comment, I wrote this comment down because this was definitely the best one that I got from my friend Dave. So I thought I'd read it to you because this brought tears to my eyes.
Okay, go.
So he says, "I'm sorry to hear you are facing this, Kristina, but please remember, the music is inside you. This is a wonderful old guitar, but it's just a nice piece of craftsmanship until it is in your hands. I think you could probably make a tree stump sound pretty good."
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? I was like,
That is.
sat there with
He should
tears
write-
coming out of my eyes.
He should write like Disney movies.
Oh. Yeah, I'll tell him you said that. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening now. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to sell it. I'll just go borrow money from somewhere. I'll rob a bank instead.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of money woes, aren't you?
Yeah, sure am.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's because it's absolutely because Saturn is in Capricorn.
I thought that meant everyone was prosperous or something.
Well, it could be.
Not us, though, huh?
Well, it just means that you have to get really disciplined about your money management. You know, you have to wake up. So sometimes part of that process is having difficulties that you then have to, address. And if you pay attention and you take it on in the spirit in which it was presented to you, then you can improve your lot.
It's rough, though.
Yeah, actually, it is.
I can't really think of any places to cut back anymore.
I know.
Like, without drastically wrecking my life, there's like no place to trim off.
I thought
excess.
of you. I thought of you yesterday. I was at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And I thought of you because I had told myself I had $100 cash and I wasn't going to exceed the cash.
Mm-hmm.
And so but I shopped intuitively. I didn't add the prices together. I just refused to do that. I will not stoop to pinching pennies in that way. And I hit it pretty much on the mark. I think it came up to 90 something.
Nice job.
But that's kind of new for me. Usually I just buy whatever I want.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's not a good habit to have, but I don't know. I think I was brought up that way around food, that my mother never, food was not a place where we skimped. We got whatever we wanted.
Yeah. John's that way. Like, sometimes I am trying to get to sort of price things and shop around for which brand is a better bargain. But John does not do that but he's also a cook. Like, he's a good cook. So he knows that certain brands taste better and certain brands are better for you and certain brands do things that others don't. And so he refuses to skimp on food stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's aghast if any like generic brand thing goes into the cart. He just takes it back out again. But he has a very expensive food taste. Like, our refrigerator is always filled with weird crap that I don't even know what it is. He also is very adventurous in when he wants to try things. So he's always trying like different olive pastes or different whatever gross thing.
But think about it. It just makes life more interesting. It's an easy way to, so to speak, bring a little spice into your life.
I know.
Right? It's just
So
food. It's within reach.
It is one area we could cut back, but not without having a lot of strife. So
that's right. It's just so sad to have to cut back on food.
I pretend that's an area that we aren't going to cut back because I pretend that I can't find any ways to cut back because that one is sort of an immovable thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Plus, our kids are wicked picky, and if I want them to eat food,
wicked picky.
I have to, there's certain foods that I have to get or they just will not eat.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, when my kids began being so picky, or one kid in particular, the pediatrician kept saying, don't worry about it. They'll eat when they're hungry.
Yeah.
Just keep offering, the good, healthy food that you want them to eat, and eventually they'll eat it. And meanwhile, my kid was looking like he came out of Auschwitz. Like, pediatricians don't know that your kid actually will go on like a hunger strike and starve themselves if they don't get what they want to eat.
It's so
they really
fascinating. My kids never did that.
And I can't, as a mother, just watch my kid lose weight because they don't want to eat the food that
kids must be just different that way genetically.
Yeah.
My kids, we've always been good, eaters.
I have one kid that will eat whatever, and then I have another kid who will probably literally die before he would eat the food that he doesn't.
Well, it could be that he lives on air to some extent. That some people, they just have, their system just runs on air.
Yeah, that human Barbie doll claims that she's found a way to exist on air.
Which human Barbie doll are you referring to?
The one who really looks like a Barbie doll.
Well, there's a lot of people that look like a Barbie doll.
No, she actually, you see her roll by on Facebook every now and then. She's got humongous eyes that look fake. She's had lots of plastic surgery to her whole body to resemble a Barbie doll, and she doesn't apparently eat anything.
She doesn't roll by on my Facebook.
Oh, yeah. You and I have different...
We have a kind of a different
Facebook
slice.
feeds.
Yeah.
I have the more trashy pop culture. version of Facebook, and you have all the artsy-fartsy musicians and smart people.
Well, I did see the Kardashians in my Facebook feed yesterday,
Whoa.
but it was I think Crystal Zevon had posted some kind of video that was an analysis of the Kardashian phenomenon.
You know what's funny?
What?
As I was looking at Facebook the other day, and I had my iTunes playlist playing in the background. As soon as I scrolled by Ariel's post, Warren Zevon started playing Werewolves in London on my iTunes.
That's so funny. You know what happens?
That happens all the time.
Listen
that
to what
kind of
happened to
thing.
me, just like that. So I went into the bank to open an account, a joint account for me and Ariel's CD project.
Yeah.
And I sat down in the office and Jackson Browne came on.
Whoa.
No, but Jackson's her godfather.
I
So
know.
I just thought it was funny. It sort of made me chuckle. It's like, hi, Jackson.
That was funny.
Yeah. So I think that those guys, well, of course, Warren is no longer in a body here. So that,
That's technically not true. But
well, it depends on, on your philosophy of life and death for sure.
all right, I thought you
mu-
meant like his body is nowhere where it actually is.
Well,
I understand. I get what you're saying, though.
I just meant he wasn't.
He has passed from this life.
Yes. Whereas Jackson's still alive, as far as I know. But I felt like they both have the ability to communicate through music in a powerful sort of synchronistic way. So anyway,
Cool.
it's great to have that kind of connection to the almighty goddess of music.
Speaking of diets,
I wasn't speaking of diets.
I know, but we were before we went off on this.
Oh, you want to talk about food again?
No, it's so weird that 2 weeks ago when I was so sick, I didn't eat like anything the entire week. And I dropped 10 pounds and it was great because I felt like the right weight again because this winter I've just gained too much weight from being sedentary and not teaching enough dance. And I was like, super, there. All that weight that I was worried about is gone now. I actually ate 2 meals, just 2 regular meals, not anything grotesque, and it was immediately back. Do you not find that a little unfair that I actually unintentionally starved for an entire week, like 7 days of maybe a piece of toast
I think
and
there's
tea,
I think there's a lesson in
and
there.
I drop 10 pounds, and then when I feel better, I eat 2 regular meals,
I have
tiny,
strong feelings
like normal,
about this.
small-sized portions, and all that weight came immediately back.
I have really strong feelings about this.
But what can that mean? There wasn't even that much weight in the
I'll-
food.
I'll tell you what it means.
What?
It means that you look exactly the same over the last 2 weeks and you look great. And 10 pounds shouldn't, this way or that way, just shouldn't be an issue with people. I don't know why our society makes it such a big deal.
Well, it's just a big deal. You're taller than me. You don't understand.
Well,
It's like a tenth of my body weight.
I just like you. I don't care. I wouldn't care if you gained 50 pounds. I just don't care. It just doesn't matter. Who
Well,
cares?
thank you, but I will
Who cares?
not be
But
planning on doing that anytime soon.
I do care that you were so sick last week you could not come to the CD release party on Saturday.
was
That was
horrible.
a bummer.
That actually, on Saturday, I was feeling better, but I didn't have any voice.
Yeah.
I had no voice, and John was like, okay, we're going to go to a place where it's going to be loud, and you're going to try and talk to people, and they're not going to hear you, and you're going to be like, hissing whisper at people, and it's going to be even awkwarder
Right.
than before.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen. Yeah.
Well, it was fine, but you know what happened?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Okay,
all.
I'll tell you what happened. I got to the venue, and I was feeling really, really organized. I got there an hour early,
Oh, I love that.
and then suddenly it dawned on me that I had forgotten the piano.
Oh my god.
I was supposed to bring the piano for Ariel because she plays piano, and I had just
Wait, but I think I saw a picture of her playing.
Well, yes, I saw it. We drive up to the venue, and Ariel comes out to help me unload, and I had to confess that I had forgotten the piano. But she said, "Oh well, don't worry. There's a piano on the stage."
Oh,
So as it turns
saved.
out, there was a piano there and it was fine. But it was just one of those panic-stricken moments where you really forgot something pretty major.
Yeah.
So that was how it started. And otherwise it was fine.
Oh,
Artie
hate
came.
that. It's always like a nightmare. I've done that before. I've driven to. I had to like teach a dance class for like a big birthday party once, or maybe it wasn't a birthday party. Maybe it was like a corporate thing. Like I don't know. I used to be hired to do these things, and I drove like 45 minutes to it. And I was going to be there like an hour early, and when I got there, I realized I didn't have my computer, or like it just didn't get packed.
Yeah.
I had a pile of stuff by the door to go.
Oh.
I didn't have any music. I didn't have anything. So I had to drive all the way back home again.
Yeah.
Luckily the people were flexible and they said, they could start like a half an hour later. So I buzzed all the way home, and it was like a whole day of driving just because I was a moron.
That's exactly what went through my head. Do I have time to drive
sucked
back?
so
But I
much.
didn't. It would have been 2 hours to get
Yeah.
back home, move the
Yes.
piano, and get back to the venue. There was just no way it was going to happen. So thank goodness it all worked out. Artie Levine came and introduced us. And,
Cool. You took some nice pictures.
Yeah, I
too.
got to look like a sort of a rock star with my
Cool.
sexy Les Paul.
Yep. And you guys
So-
had cool, flashy, purpley lights too.
That's I have to thank the venue for that. They created that whole effect, and then Davey took some nice pictures that we
Cool.
didn't expect them to come out because we thought it would be too dark, but they came out kind of cool.
Nice.
So, all right, time for another song.
Okay.
So you get to rest your voice now for another few minutes.
What's
This
he
is
gonna play?
Rick Sabalos. I think he's playing the banjo. Here we go. Ooh, nice ending.
You said that last time.
Is that what I said?
Yes. It was a very different ending, though, in the last
That's
song.
right. I think the electric guitar, I think the acoustic guitars dropped out and just the electric had this last note. Mm-hmm. And this was a nice stop with a little reverb.
Crisp.
Yeah, that's very enjoyable. So what's with your dad's roller skating outfit?
That wasn't a roller skating outfit. That was just his holy long johns.
What is he doing in his long johns? Roller skating.
Oh, he was at his house. So he is obsessed with roller skating now, as I probably have mentioned a couple times, and wants us all to roller skate nonstop, and like wanted us to be on roller derby, and I'm not doing that, obviously. I think Myra might be doing that actually, though.
Oh, she'd be good at that. Has she done that before?
No.
She's the perfect roller derby type.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Have you seen roller derby types?
Yes.
They're like
small
enormous.
and they're little tough,
no, they're
like
not.
Feisty, like mischievous.
I'm sorry, but we roller skate every weekend, and they're practicing, and they are fierce and
Really?
like Amazon women.
Okay.
Amazonian, whatever. Anyway,
All right.
Myra's gonna get
What do I know?
totally beat up. But the deal is, so my dad has his old vintage fancy schmancy roller skates that he's had for a million years, and the bearings are getting bad. So he had the roller skate pro shop like send them in to fix them or something, and they just won't come. They won't come in the mail. They haven't come, and he's getting freaked out because he had to rent roller skates last weekend, and he was ticked off because he didn't like them. So he saw some on eBay the other day, and he asked me to order them for him. And then he's been calling every second, freaking out, wanting them to come in because they were supposed to come in fast. And so I had to take them over to his house late last night when they finally came in. And he was like in his long johns, ready for bed, but he put them on anyway and skated around the house. And you're just lucky to put the pictures of him skating around the house in his long johns on, because his long johns looked okay from the front, but they had some serious holes in them. And I couldn't speak yet, but I was laughing so hard that I was going to pee my pants, like, because he's skating around in the long johns with his little pot belly, and he's doing little tricks and just looks so funny.
Do you realize how amazing it is to have a father like that? I mean, I'm not sure
like
that
a crazy father?
I don't think my father ever made me laugh once.
Oh my God. I think probably laughing is probably the thing I associate most often with my father. He's just hysterically weird. He's so weird.
That is such a beautiful thing, I have to say.
Funny.
That's why I love Butch.
But he's also an internal showman, so his whole point is to amuse and entertain people, I think. So he's very good at it, even if it means like being ridiculous.
Well, you picked up that gene of entertainer.
Ridiculous?
Of entertainer.
Yes,
well, you're
did.
Slightly ridiculous.
I mean, you're not slightly.
You're not
ridiculous.
afraid to be ridiculous.
No, I'm fine with that. I mean, when you are ridiculous, you just kind of have to make your peace with it and deal.
Yeah.
So
make the best of it.
Yep.
Go with the flow. Don't don't try to hide it. Flaunt it.
Not gonna hide my ridiculousness under a bushel.
No, man. Yeah, no way. So, okay, personal growth.
Oh.
Want to try a little bit?
I guess you can hit me with a little of that.
Let's personally grow.
We'll make Kendra proud for
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just present something, and then I'm gonna let you sort of run with it. I want to get your opinion about a compliment that a very good friend of mine gave me, and I'm gonna paraphrase, but it's something that he said in different ways at different times. So I'm gonna paraphrase, and if he's listening, I certainly hope he knows that I'm saying this like in a spirit of love, because I think he means it really well. So this is basically what he said to me, is he says, like, sometimes you look really plain. Sometimes you look like a man. Sometimes you're ugly, but you have the most extraordinary beauty.
I never think you look ugly, ever.
Well, I'm not asking you what you think.
You don't look like a man either, although occasionally you dress in a way that is quite masculine.
I'm not asking if you agree with him. I'm asking if that kind of an interesting complexity to that compliment.
So you're asking me to interpret his backhanded compliment? Is what you're asking?
Well, it's
Wait,
an
tell
honest,
me the last sentence
it's
again. The last part of it.
Well, again,
butt.
paraphrasing, you have the most extraordinary beauty, and within that beauty is encompassed the richness of looking like, androgynous basically at times, or looking very plain at times. Even
See,
ugly.
I would agree with his last part, but I would never even think that you looked ugly. You for some reason, through your I don't give a SHT attitude, managed to always look weirdly gorgeous.
But again, I'm not asking if you agree with him. I'm saying if
I'm trying
to get you to talk about compliments, whether what sort of is the takeaway from people complimenting you, either for better or worse. Is it something that we need to take to heart? Is it something to enjoy? Is it something to ponder?
Well, I can't quite segment the growth out of this compliment without putting my own opinion in, because I feel like you can pick and choose from that compliment, because that what he said, the last part of what he said is totally true, but the first part of what he said is not true, and maybe that's my opinion, but
there's no truth.
I'm not a moron.
There's no objective truth. I mean, that you can't say. It's just somebody's
but just
subjective experience.
Okay, go with like all of ridiculous society and media ideals. You still wouldn't be classified as ugly. Like, you wouldn't, even though you do go out of your way to not.
Again, I am not asking
look
you
a certain way. I'm trying to
tell me if I'm ugly or not.
I know, but I'm trying to say that you can't separate the growth out of the opinion for this non-compliment.
Well, but suppose this idea of someone perceiving you at times as being ugly, and also, but the overall message that they want to give you is that you're extraordinarily beautiful. So is that, I think that there's truth. There's so much truth in that we all have, all of us, every single one of us have ugliness, and every single one of us have extraordinary beauty. So I don't know. I just, I see what you're trying to say. You're trying to kind of analyze it in relation to me,
yes.
But I guess I'm trying to sort of expand it as a commentary on just how we view each other, and
right.
what's the reality of who we are to each other. Well, we're all those things. We're all of the above, and it you're right. It's hard to sort of take when somebody's that honest to you and says you're ugly sometimes.
Well, everybody is ugly sometimes.
I know, but to have somebody actually tell you, have you ever had anybody say to you, you're ugly sometimes? Somebody who loves you. And not because they're mad. They're not saying it out of madness. They're not trying to insult you. They're just saying, in this very kind of guileless way.
Not somebody that loves me. I've had definitely people tell me that I'm ugly, like 1,000,000 times, but not people who love me. Don't even get me started on high school. Oh my God.
Yeah. Really? People told you were ugly in high school?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, who would tell you that? Who would say
all
that?
the boys, every boy, because it was a small high school, and it was just kind of like a nasty little. And when my sister came on the scene, like 2 years behind me, the boys in my class actually said to me, "Wow, your sister's so pretty. Why are you so ugly? Why aren't you pretty like your sister?" Like, this may be why Myra and I have issues sometimes now, because it was.
Yeah.
They saw that it bothered me. They saw that my sister was cute and perky and adored by everyone. Then I was this clunky kind of lugna of a like hideous glasses, bad skin, bad hair. I dressed weird. I wasn't pleasing to anybody, especially not boys. And so they saw that it really, really bothered me to be compared to my sister. And so it was a daily occurrence.
Like a hook into you. Isn't that awful?
It is. It was awful, actually.
Yeah, I want to take that experience
and
away
even now,
from you.
growing up and being, semi-friends with a few of these people that I went to high school with, I've never forgiven them.
No, it's like you can. What do they say? You can forgive, but you never forget. But maybe you don't forgive either.
Kind of the other way around. I kind of forgot which one said what, but I definitely didn't forgive teenage boys in general for being dicks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's goes with the territory, doesn't it? Sort of.
It's
I mean, not
it was just
100% of
rude.
them, but just a good portion of them. I mean, enough. It doesn't take many to sort of spoil the whole bunch, does
I know,
it?
and the thing is they were telling the truth. Like I was really ugly.
What
And,
were
like,
they? Yeah, but what were they? Were they like some beautiful?
No, they were just jock boys, and that was the. It was just
I mean,
part of their
every-
daily sport is to make
most-
someone feel sad.
Right. I mean, most people feel and look awkward at that age. There's a few people that kind of just fly through looking cute, but that's the minority, I would say.
Man, I think like everybody looks cute when they're that age. It's once they start getting older that they
Really?
realize what like looking not cute is all of a sudden.
You look great now.
Well, I look better than I looked in high school, but I wouldn't say I look great.
Some of us look better later. What's wrong with that?
Well, I just sort of figured out some things about like my face shape and like maybe don't wear giant clunky glasses and dress like a.
It's good to be ugly. It's good to be ugly. Come on, it's
You
good for
wouldn't
your.
even know. What
it's
are you
good
talking
for
about?
your character.
You've always been cute.
No,
So yes,
no.
yes,
No,
yeah.
no,
I'm sorry, but
no,
I mean, I didn't know you when you were
No.
a kid, but I'm pretty sure you were probably cute.
no. Anyway,
Look at your kids. You can't have kids that look like your kids and have been ugly at any point in your life. I'm sorry. Unless, like, their fathers were crazy supermodels, which I happen to know for a fact were not. So, like,
okay.
I think they probably are cute because you were cute.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
This show is almost over.
Oh, thank God.
So we have to remind people that we have a podcast, 11th Hour Radio podcast. You can get it on your iPhone, or you can find it at Apple. Yeah,
Podcasts.
well, Apple Podcasts, I
which
guess.
is on iTunes.
which
You
is
guys
on-
have to subscribe and give us lots of stars because we desperately need your support for our ridiculous.
Desperately. No, we don't desperately need anything. We just need to be good people desperately. But we're working on that. And
This has been a very haphazard show. I'm so very sorry.
no, it's we're just being normal as we can be. I mean, as real as we can be on any given day. So.
All
That's
right.
what it is. So we're going to go out on a song by Carl Goulet called Prisoner of Conscience. And wow, we're getting
Your
some
cell
calls
phone
here.
is
I mean,
ringing. What is that?
it's interesting. There's a call from Butler, Pennsylvania. I just think since
That's
we're trying to end the show, so I'm probably not going to answer my phone right now. Let's hear that cricket. We're getting
That's my ringtone.
the cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right,
How do we
so
get the same ringtone? That's weird.
well, anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you to our sponsors and underwriters and Royalton Community Radio for letting us do what we do every week.
What we do best. All right. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
I was fearless, I was bold, but I paid dearly for the truth I told, for the danger's always near, to say aloud what no one wants to hear. But darkness falls apart by the light of an honest heart, far away from the crowd, far away from where it always gets too loud, far from the noise of the human race. I will shout from a quiet place. It's an option, it's a choice. Ignore or listen to that still small voice. And if conscience comes from love, that's the thing they make examples of. When the world is built on lies, it should burn your open eyes. Far away from the crowd, far away from where the music plays too loud, far from the noise of the human race, I will shout from a quiet place. So they feed me once a day, but I'm not hungry anyway. As a payment for my crime, all my echoes fade away in time. I'll be one forgotten name if it all just stays the same. Far away from the crowd, far away from where it always gets too loud, far from the noise of the human race, I will shout from a quiet place. I'll be kept in a quiet place. I will stay in the quiet